What's up everyone, Steve here again from RC Tanks and Trucks 24/7. Now, this little puppy might look familiar. It definitely looks like it has an older brother. This is a 1/16 scale SMAX from REMO Hobby. Let's go check it out and see how we get inside. Now here is the SMAX. So it's a 1/16 scale, four-wheel drive, 2x4 gigahertz, electric, waterproof, little, what says here, four-wheel drive short course truck. Now it's got a maximum speed here of 50 kilometers an hour. We'll have to test it out later, but it does look very similar to the full-size Traxxas X-Max. So I wonder where they got that design from, but it does look pretty cool. Now before I dive into the box, let's just have a look at the back here. It's got a picture of the 2.4 gigahertz transmitter that's popular along all the REMO Hobby range. It's a nice ergonomic feel, has all the switches and mode settings that you need to change, and it also has this left and right handed mode, which is pretty cool. Now, good thing about this little truck, even though it's small, the standard equipment is excellent. It's a lot of metal running gear. It's got metal differential gear, metal spur gear, metal drive gear hub. It's got all hex hardware here, which is nice, steel drive shafts, and all ball bearings, which is really cool to see. Now the picture of the chassis here, it's got alloy cap suspension, 3-in-1 ESC, which is waterproof, 2-cell 7.4 volt Li-on battery, forward drive obviously with front and rear differentials, 390 brushed motor, and dog bone metal drive shafts, which is excellent. Now that's enough, let's go see how this little puppy looks. Now included in this kit is a B3 Pro compact charger. It can charge up to 2-cell and 3-cell LiPos, which is nice to see, and will get you out of trouble and get you out RCing in no time. The transmitter is very ergonomic, does feel quite nice, and like I mentioned before, has this switch here where you pull forward, push the steering wheel here, and it pushes to the side, and it gives you left-handed control. You want to go back to right, click that forward, push it right, and there we go. Not too bad. Also has your standard array of throttle dual rates and steering dual rates, and steering and throttle trim as well, and a little bind button there as well, which is nice to see. But overall, not too bad. It does require only 4 AA batteries, which is good to see, and yeah, gets the job done. The all-important instruction manuals. Now this one here is just pretty much what not to do and what to steer clear of, maintenance and practicing, and yada yada, caution and all that stuff that you definitely read. Now this is an exploded view of the car, and if you ever need to get parts or put stuff back together, it will get you out of a bind and definitely steer in the right direction. So there we go, nicely detailed, and pretty much all you need. And here is the parts listings for the truck, and I think extra bodies, extra shells, all the other upgraded parts you can get as well. It's nice to see that's clearly labeled and in color. Good stuff. Here is a manual for the 2.4 gigahertz receiver. Spare parts, always like spare parts. 4-way wrench, 2-size Allen keys, and a spare gear. Excellent, good to see. And yes, it is metal. And here is the awesome little SMAX. I must admit, it does look pretty cool. And yes, it does look like the Traxxas X-Max, but in a way, I think it's awesome. I really love the X-Max, and I think this little bad boy looks very cool. Now the Lexan is fairly hard and should be pretty resilient to some inevitable crashes, but apart from that, the printing is very nice, the graphics are sharp as well. Underneath here, it's very flat, nothing will get caught up. There is pretty much no screws whatsoever underneath here, so there's nothing to get caught up on rocks or any type of sticks like that. Nice to see. Flat, hard plastic or nylon plastic. The plastic for the bumpers and stuff is very cool, very flexible, and it definitely won't shatter, that's for sure. Should get you out of a bind if or when you hit something. Body is held on by 4 traditional body clips. So here we have a 390 brushed motor wrapped around in this decorative red heatsink there, hopefully to keep the temperatures in check. Small steering servo here, and it does have a servo saver nestled down there in case you hit something hard enough to might take the impact away from the servo without stripping the gear, so that's a good thing. Alloy capped suspension here, which is nice. Pretty springy, doesn't feel like there's any oil in there, but I don't think you can fill them up. They probably will leak, but I guess for the size of the truck and what you're going to be using it for, I guess it'll be adequate. All metal drive line, which is nice to see. Hopefully it should be take up to the abuse. And here we have a all-in-one ESC and receiver, which is waterproof, which is good to see. On-off switch, nicely located as well. Heatsink on the ESC as well, same color as the motor. Nice little touch there, so hopefully nothing really gets too cooked. Battery does have a Dean style connector, and this battery is a 7.4 volt Li-on 1500 milliamp, so it should hopefully give maybe 10 to 15 minutes runtime. The battery tray looks quite adequate to fit other bigger batteries in there if you wish, thicker ones as well. And I'll give it a test, see how this handles on the LiPo power. And yeah, because I have heaps and heaps of those in my arsenal, so this should be plenty of fun and heaps of batteries, which means more runtime. Now you can see the front and rear bumper definitely resemble the SMAX, similar design as well. That's what makes it look like the full-size counterpart. But overall, that's pretty much there is to show you on this puppy. It does seem like it's built fairly well. Has a plastic drive shaft running from the front to the rear, but everything else seems nicely put together, and it's a cool little car. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. It's just an unboxing and an in-depth review to show you what you get in the kit, the transmitter, and the kind of build quality of the car itself. If you like the video, like always, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't, please subscribe. I've plenty more videos coming soon. And of course, a running video of this and some other REMO hobby cars as well to compare. That's it, guys. Steve here from RC Tanks and Trucks 24/7 signing out. I will see you in the next video.